I got swords on my back, samurai stack. Ninjas with me, niggas throwing stars at these bitches. Eating ramen noodles in the hood with my niggas.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball video, and as you guys can tell by the layout of this video, this one's gonna be a little bit different from what we usually do here on the channel. Today we're actually gonna be making our very first tier list, and this one's gonna be consisting of mostly Saiyan transformations throughout the series. Now, as you guys can see, there are a few things in here like Ultra Instinct, Kaio-Ken, and Mystic Gohan, so they're not all transformations per se, but just like different forms we've seen the Saiyans take on throughout the series. Quick disclaimer before we do get started, because I know I have to say this, in no way am I ranking these based off of power or anything like that. These are just going to be my favorites from best to worst in my, complete 100% opinion. So I just have to throw that out there because I know there's going to be some negativity in the comments, but I'm going to let you know right now that I don't care. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, guys. My Twitter should be popping up on the screen down below here. I'm going to be giving away some accounts in the near future here soon. They're mostly going to be Dokkan, so make sure you're following me on Twitter for that. I might even make it a regular thing since they're only like $10. But anyways, without further ado, let's hop straight in. Alright guys, so I feel like a pretty solid place to start this list out at is with the Great Ape Form, the original Saiyan transformation, and honestly I feel like everything on this list stems from this in some way or another. I mean, outside of a few of these things like, Ultra Instinct, stuff like that, but I feel like a lot of the stuff on this list, everything started right here. But another little piece of side information that some of you may not, some of you may already know this, but in the Dragon Ball GT Perfect files, they speculated that Saiyans were originally Great Apes, that's what they started out as, and then they gained intelligence over time and took on a humanoid form. So just out of respect for this OG form right here, I can't put it all the way at the top, obviously, because if we're just going based off of design and things like that, obviously, this is just a giant monkey, so design wise it isn't really too much, but the lore behind this form is really extensive. So just based off of stuff like that, I'm gonna put this at B because I want this to be kind of like the middle ground of where I judge a lot of stuff at, So moving on to Kaio-Ken. Now, I know Kaio-Ken isn't really a transformation, but since it has been really impactful in the series and in a good amount of Goku's fights ever since Vegeta, I really want to put this at S tier. And if we're just going based off of the Goku in this icon, this is definitely S tier Goku, but I have to say, like, over time, I mean, Kaio-Ken just kind of lost it for me. Like, when they first introduced Kaio-Ken, I know it's because, Goku has changed and stuff like that, but when they first introduced Kaio-Ken, the design that they had when Goku took on, the Kaio-Ken multiplications, they really emphasized, the muscle mass increase, the vascularity, how it was, destroying the inside of his body and stuff like that. And just over time, that kind of got lost. But because this is still one of my favorite, techniques slash forms, I'm gonna have this rest at A. I know I've seen a lot of people put this at S, and I do agree with that too. But just because over time, I know it's not really the technique's fault, it's more Goku because he's gotten a lot stronger. Just over time, the Kaio-Ken just hasn't been doing it for me. But next is gonna be Super Saiyan, and I'm gonna be treating Super Saiyan like I treated Great Ape. This is really where a lot of stuff started for this series, especially for me. I mean, in my opinion, this is literally the most iconic transformation in the series. I know some people might not agree with that. I personally feel like that's just a fact at this point. I mean, you can't think of Dragon Ball without thinking Super Saiyan, like, automatically. Like, you're gonna think Dragon Ball, Goku, Super Saiyan, Bao, just literally probably in that order. But ever since Super Saiyan, the one bad thing that I will say is there has been this really aggressive power creep in the series. But other than that, if we're just going based off of design and impact, I'm gonna have to put this that's actually a little bit harder than I thought. I want to put this at A, but I feel like that might be a little bit too high. I don't really like this as much as Kaio-Ken, but I don't really think, just off of respect for Super Saiyan, I'm probably gonna have to put this at A, especially in this design. The Goku in this picture, I love Shintani's design, so we're gonna put that at A. Next, we're gonna have some fun with these two. Alright, next is gonna be Super Vegeta. Now, from my understanding, if I remember correctly, this was the first ascension of Super Saiyan that we ever saw in the series, and I can't lie, I was honestly really hyped when Vegeta showed up to fight Cell and powered up. Now, One of the main reasons why I'm not gonna put this form too low on this list is because of the Final Flash. Now that Final Flash was so impactful and so iconic to me. I don't care what anybody says. That is the only thing that saved this form from being D tier on this list for me, was that Final Flash. But other than that, if we're just going based off of appearance and things like that, it's definitely bottom tier. But just because of the Final Flash, I'll cut it a little slack and put it at C. Now this next form, I'm not cutting this any slack at all, and I'm about to go in a little bit, but Ultra Super Saiyan, or whatever you want to call this form, in my opinion, this is gonna be a quick one. In my opinion, and I'm sure I won't be by myself here, but Ultra Super Saiyan is one of the worst forms on this list. I mean, if we want to just, we'll talk about design first. Okay, I don't really like the, the overdone muscularity that they gave Trunks. I know that's part of the form, and why the form isn't even used to this date is because of the properties of the form like that. But just the design wise, I don't really like the OD buffness. I do like the white eyes and everything like that. That's really cool. But other than that, there's really no distinction between this form and the past like two, besides the muscle mass increase and the, extra spiked up hair. So with that being said, I unapologetically put Ultra Super Saiyan in D tier, and I'm not gonna fight with you niggas about it. So Super Saiyan 2 is definitely one of the most famous forms on this list. One of them, well, I'll say most iconic forms that we've seen so far. And up until Dragon Ball Super, in my opinion, there wasn't really a transformation that had as much impact as Super Saiyan 2. When Gohan first introduced us to this form, I don't know about you guys, but I really didn't know what was gonna happen. I mean, when I saw that electricity snap by his head, I thought that he was just about to lose. I thought he was about to let it all go like Gon, but fortunately he did regain control. And if we're just going based off of Gohan's design of Super Saiyan 2 in the Cell Saga, I will put this at A rank because that is one of my favorite designs for transformation. But if we were to talk about the other guys, Super Saiyan 2, like say Goku or Vegeta, then I probably would have moved this down to B, but since it is Gohan, I will leave him at A. Now Super Saiyan 3, and this one might catch some people off guard, but I have said this before, and Super Saiyan 3 is another form that I don't necessarily like too much for some of the main reasons of some of these other forms on the list. But when we first saw, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty cool. I'll be honest with you guys, with the long hair and all that, and it took him it took Goku like 5 minutes to transform. But I will say that the one thing that I don't like physically about this form is the muscle eyebrows. But it is hard to say that this form wasn't impactful, even though it has some of the worst drawbacks of all the forms on this list. But between Goku and Gotenks, this form has had quite a bit of screen time, and it has been in a number of fights. So I don't know, I'll drop this at C. I'm not a big fan of Super Saiyan 3, but it's definitely not the worst form on this list, so I will drop it at C, just because, hopefully you guys won't be too mad at me about that one. But anyways, on to something, another one of these weird ones. This is Mystic Gohan. Now, we're just gonna be basing this one off of impact alone because the design really isn't anything at all. So just based off of impact, I don't know about you guys, but when Gohan first showed back up on Earth to fight Boo, I got chills, man. That was one of the coldest episodes that I ever remember for Dragon Ball. So just for that, I mean, I guess I'll meet in the middle. I'll put him at B rank because, like I said, design wise it isn't really too much going on with Mystic Gohan, but impact wise it was there for me. I don't know about you guys, but that was 100% there for me. So next is gonna be Golden Great Ape, and this one is kind of a filler transformation. This is more of like a bridge between all the past Saiyan transformations in Super Saiyan 4. So obviously outside of GT we've never seen this, but even in GT I will say that seeing the Golden Great Ape and how Pen was able to talk Goku down enough for him to complete his transformation was definitely memorable. So because this form does have a few memorable moments, I won't put it too low. I'll actually put it with regular Great Ape. Do I want to do that actually? I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up where I like to put this form because, like I said, it's pretty much just the bridge to Super Saiyan 4, but at the same time it is a Super Saiyan Great Ape, which you can't even lie, that just sounds cool as hell. But design wise there really isn't that much that could have been done with this. But I mean, because I do love the Great Ape forms, I can't put it too low, so I will just go ahead and rest this at B. Now moving on, and I know I'm gonna catch some hate for this one, but Super Saiyan 4 is gonna be my first in S tier. I don't care what anybody says, Super Saiyan 4 is one of my favorite forms ever. Definitely one of the most unique forms design wise and everything. This form is easily in my top 2 for a number of reasons, but if we're gonna start with just the aesthetics, Super Saiyan 4 is easily the most unique design. Even if you don't like it, you can't deny that it stands out. And another reason I just absolutely love this form is because no matter who they put it on, whether it be Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Broly, it looks great on everybody. So for that, I have to put this in S tier. But if any of you guys are mad at me, don't worry, I'm gonna redeem myself with this next one. So now next is Super Saiyan God, and I know a lot of people like to say that Super Saiyan God really isn't all that design wise, but I don't really care what anybody says. This form is definitely up there with Super Saiyan 4 for me because, like I said earlier, I really just like aesthetically pleasing forms that don't have too much going on with them, and this is definitely one of the simplest, best looking forms on this list, no matter what art style it is. Now next is gonna be Super Saiyan Rose, and this is a really biased one right here because Goku Black is one of my favorite characters all time, so obviously I'm gonna put this in S tier. Super Saiyan Rose, beautiful color. I mean, I wish they would do more with the red and the pink colors with the Saiyans. Obviously we already have Super Saiyan God, you know, we have the Kaio-Ken aura, we have the Super Saiyan 4 has the red aura and the red fur. But if they would bring something else like Super Saiyan Rose back, that would just be amazing because, like I said, Goku Black is one of my favorite characters ever, so anything dealing with him is gonna be pretty high tier with me. So this next one is pretty interesting to me. I'm gonna be judging this one just based off of the art style in this icon because I personally am not a big fan of Super Saiyan Blue, as I've said to you guys before, but the Shintani art style is definitely gonna put this in at least A tier for me. It's not gonna go any... I don't even know if I want to put it in A tier to be honest, but it's definitely not going S tier, and it's only in A because of the art style. Now Super Saiyan Rage, this is an easy one because I didn't really see the point of this form at all. I guess it was just supposed to be like Super Saiyan Blue specifically for Trunks or something like that, or Super Saiyan God specifically for Trunks, but I didn't really see the purpose of it. I mean, for some reason they put him on par with Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta. He did that weird spirit sword stuff. I didn't like any of that, so just, you know, this form as a whole didn't really have any type of impact for me at all personally, so for that I'm gonna put it down there with Trunks' other form. And I know it might not look like it from looking at this list, guys, but Goku is not my favorite character. My favorite character is actually Trunks. I know you can't tell by the list, but they done my boy dirty. So next is gonna be, you know, this Wrath form of Broly, and this is one that I'm probably gonna put this in S tier as well because this is supposed to be like Broly's humanoid Great Ape powered up form, and if that's the case, I can possibly see something down the line with him, you know, finally gaining control of this form. Maybe he'll even do something like Goku did and take the Ultra Divine Water to gain complete control over that Great Ape power, but design wise. So just based off of that, this Broly has to go S tier. Next is another form that I really don't care about at all, and that is Super Saiyan Blue Kaio-Ken. Whether we're talking about the art style in this icon or any other Super Saiyan Blue Kaio-Ken that you may have seen anywhere else, this is easily gonna be D tier for me. Guys, I just do not like this form. I'm sorry. I can't even tell you a solid reason why I don't like Super Saiyan Blue Kaio-Ken. I just don't. I mean, in Dokkan, the card is cool. I like the card, but other than that, it's just... I'm sorry. So this is another one that I've actually seen ranked really low on a lot of people's list. But next is gonna be Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. And if any of you guys know me, like you think you do, then you already know that this one's gonna go pretty high for me. I'm actually gonna put this in A tier. I don't want to put this in S tier because it really isn't too far off from Super Saiyan Blue, and you guys know that I don't really fuck with Super Saiyan Blue like that, but I can't put it anything lower than B because Vegeta is just that guy, and seeing him get a transformation all his own, that's reason enough for me to put this pretty high. So these last two, you're probably gonna think these two should be flip-flopped, but these last two is actually gonna be really interesting to a lot of you. Now, let's start off with Ultra Instinct Omen. Ultra Instinct Omen is actually gonna go S tier for me because this was one of the most, if the only one that you could argue is more iconic than Super Saiyan maybe is Ultra Instinct. And only this Ultra Instinct, I think, because when this transformation broke through, it sent ripples through the internet. I haven't seen anything like Ultra Instinct in I don't know how long, guys. Like, Not the form itself, but I'm talking about the impact it had on the community. I mean, everybody was going crazy for this form. So for that, I have to put it kind of high, and I have to put Ultra Instinct, or Mastered Ultra Instinct, at B. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably aren't going to agree with that. Now, why am I putting Mastered Ultra Instinct so low on this list? Why are you doing that, Tech? Well, I'm going to be honest, for me, Mastered Ultra Instinct, it was extremely cool. I love seeing Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku fight. But it's just something about the form. I don't know if they did too much or they did not enough with it. I don't even know if that makes sense to a lot of you guys, but I feel like somebody out there gets what I'm saying. Like, did they do too much with this form or not enough? I can't put my finger on it, but for that reason, I can't put it anywhere near the other Ultra Instinct, because it just, in my opinion, that first, like the first time we saw Ultra Instinct, there's nothing matching that. I might be wrong, to some of you I might be wrong, but in my opinion, the first time we saw Ultra Instinct, nothing else has matched that, especially in Super. So just for that, I can't put this up there with the other Ultra Instinct. But that's gonna do it for my list, guys. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you all for watching as usual. If you made it this far in the video, give yourself a huge pat on the back, because I'm pretty sure this is the longest video I've ever uploaded. So that's crazy enough in itself. But don't forget to tweet me your tier list as well, because I would love to see where all of you place these transformations. Keep in mind that this is 100% opinion based, not based on power, numbers, anything like that. So if you guys want to make a tier list as well, I'll make sure to link this down in the description box below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter if you are interested in keeping up with everything we have going on behind the scenes, as well as the Dokkan accounts I'll be giving away. Or if you just want to tweet me your tier list, that's cool too. But anyways, have a great day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.